So much so that you can pick up your shins and float them up and off of your mat here. Holding here for 5. Press the ground away, round through the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Release them back down. From here, you're going to plant your left palm underneath your nose and sweep your right fingertips high. Shoulders stacked, gazing up those right fingertips. Really open through your collarbones, stretch wide. Inhale. As you exhale, hug your belly in, thread the right arm down and through. Your right shoulder and right temple will come down to your mat, to the ground, and you can extend that left hand forward in front of you. Really draw your hips back in space, especially that right hip towards your right heel, so you feel your spine expand. Each inhale, peel your collarbones open towards the ceiling. Each exhale, lengthen through the spine. If you're looking for a play 2 variation, you can bring that left hand high and bind it behind your back. And then you'll send the left leg up to a float. So left leg will come back. You'll find your balance here on that right side body, and then float the left toes up towards the ceiling. So that's your level 2 variation here, pointing through the toes, maybe give the ankles a nice stretch, rolling them one way and then the other. Lift the leg a little bit higher, and then bring that back down to your mat. Bring your left palm near your nose, plant it down, press into it. Inhale, rise up, right fingertips high, reach and stretch, inhale. Exhale, come back to that neutral tabletop position. Taking the other side. Right palm plants underneath your nose. Inhale, sweep those left fingertips high, shoulders stacked, gazing up, reach a little bit taller. As you exhale, hug the belly and thread the left arm down and through. Left shoulder, left ear to your mat. Right hand extending forward. Really draw the left hip back towards that left heel so you feel your back expanding. Peel your collarbones open towards the ceiling on the inhales. And lengthen through the spine on your exhales. If you took that level 2 variation, maybe the palm comes back towards the face for balance, or you bind it behind your back. Extend through the right toes towards the back of your mat, and then find that float. Pointing through the top toe, maybe you roll the ankle one way, and then the other. Lift that right leg a little bit higher, and then release it down. Wherever you chose to be, plant that right palm near your nose, press into it, inhale, rise up, gaze up, really reach up tall. Exhale, come back to that neutral tabletop position. Gaze back each hip, find some C shapes here. And then press your hips high for our first downward facing dog. So you lift the hips, use your core to engage and lift the hips high, finding that upward down V shape with your body. Your knees can bend as much as you need here, but try to keep straight through the elbows and create space around your ears, drawing the shoulders up and away. Take a few moments here to paddle out your dog. Find any movement that feels good in your body. Maybe you pick up the heels, drop them to one side. Whatever side you drop them to, that outside leg, take a little bend to it. Take them back to center space. Drop the heels to the other side, that outside leg bends. And bring the heels back up to center space and send them back down towards your mat, downward facing dog. Take a few moments here to really find your dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Bend the knee and stack the hips so that your hips open towards the ceiling. Give that top ankle a roll. Maybe draw circles on the ceiling above with your right knee, or whatever knee is on top. And then come back to that 3-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot through in between your palms for a low lunge here. So right foot is forward, right knee stacking directly above your right ankle. Left knee is down to the mat here. Tenting through the fingers, frame that front foot. Inhale, lift through your collarbones, take the gaze up. And then exhale, round the spine, chin towards your chest. Feel a little scissoring motion here in between your thighs. That's going to draw your right hip back in space, your left hip forward. Level 1, stay here. Level 2, inhale, rise up. Fingertips high. From here, you can cactus the arms and find a back bend. Or even if you'd like a little bit more, clasp your hands behind your back. Release your pointer fingers and start to draw your shoulders down your spine. Those pointer fingers down towards the mat. Get a little bit deeper in that front leg. Wherever you are, inhale, rise up and come back to frame your front foot. Straighten through the front leg for half Hanumanasana, half split. Toes come up towards the ceiling. You're flexing heavily through that front foot. Inhale, lift your heart space. Exhale, melt down and fold over that front leg. If this is enough, stay here. If you'd like more, bring your right toes over towards the right side of your mat. You're going to get an IT band stretch so the pinky toe comes down to the mat. Finding nourishing, abundant breath here. Deep inhales through the nose. And maybe out the nose you exhale. Start to take those toes around the world. So you're going to point through the toes and then draw them towards the front of your mat. And then draw the toes towards the left side of your mat. Creating a big circle with your toes, bring them back up towards the sky, and then let the pinky toe come back down. Point through the toes, bring them to the front of the mat, bring them to the left, up towards the sky, and one more time. Slowly down, forward, to the left, and around. Very nice. Rebend into that front knee, and then heel toe the foot out so that you're in lizard pose. Hands coming down inside of that right foot. If this is enough, stay here. If you'd like more, come down onto your forearms. If you'd like even more than that, you can press this inner right thigh away, coming onto the outside edge of your right foot, and bend the back knee to grab for that back ankle. As you inhale, you'll lift your heart towards the sky, opening your collarbones up towards the ceiling, finding that spinal twist. And as you exhale, you'll draw your toes closer towards that left glute. Without a snap, if you took it, gently release that back leg. Bring your toes back into center space, frame the front foot, and then engage the back leg so you're in a wide leg pyramid here. Really focus on bringing that right hip back in space. As you inhale, lift through the heart. As you exhale, melt and fold over that top leg. This is a great place for your blocks or for your books to place underneath your shoulders, planting your palms into them, letting your head hang down. Wherever you're finding discomfort, wherever you're finding tension, send the breath there. Each inhale expands that space, opens it up. And each exhale relieves that tension, softens that space. If the video gets glitchy or if it kind of cuts out, just know that that's because everybody's having their meetings at 9 a.m. right now. So just be patient with it. And we'll move a little bit slower so maybe it doesn't cut out so much. You've got 2 more breaths right here in this long pyramid pose. Maybe press into those front toes so you have a gentle bend to the front knee. You're not locking out that joint by any means. And then move your blocks away if you have them. Rebend into the front knee. Plant your palms down and then sweep the right leg high. Inhale, 3-legged up. Exhale, release it down. We're going to take everything on the other side. Inhale the left leg high. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Find those ankle rolls, those knee rolls you found on the other side. Drawing big circles up on the ceiling. See how slow you can go, drawing those big circles around. Come back to that three-legged dog. Inhale the left leg high. And as you exhale and step it through, think about drawing your knee in, rounding through your shoulders, coming onto that right palm, and then stepping the left foot through. Right knee comes down to your mat. Really breaking down each movement into smaller sections. Tent through the fingers. Inhale, lift through your heart space. Draw your sternum forward through your shoulder heads. And then exhale, chin in towards your chest. Really find that scissoring motion in between your thighs, drawing the left hip back in space, the right hip forward. If you stayed here on the other side, stay here as well. If you took it further, inhale the fingertips high. Maybe find your cactus back bend, getting bigger and deeper into that front knee. Or maybe you clasp your hands behind your back, finding the opposite grip this time, opposite thumb on top, releasing your pointer fingers and then drawing them down towards your mat. Chest is high, getting deeper into that front leg. Really draw your shoulders down your spine, and then bring your shoulder blades towards one another behind you. If you took your bind or you have your cactus back bend, inhale, hands high. Exhale, release them down to your mat. Straighten through that front leg, find that half split pose. Those hips are stacked directly above that back knee. So I have a lot of dancers in class today. Think about your lines. What straight, nice lines can you create with your body with these poses? So fingertips planted into your mat. Inhale, lift your heart up. Draw the left hip back as you exhale and melt it down forward over that front leg. Really still connecting to the breath here. Deep inhales through the nose. Trace the line of the breath all the way down your spine to the tip of your tailbone. And then like an invisible finger on your spine, trace the breath all the way back up your spine, through your neck, out your mouth or your nose. If you did so on the other side, bring your pinky toe down to the left side of your mat. You're stretching that IT band on the outside. And then start to point the toes, draw your toes forward towards the top of your mat here, getting a nice top of the foot stretch. Then the toes make their way to the right side of your mat. Bring your toes up towards the ceiling. And two more around the world. So bring the pinky toe down. Start to point the toes and draw them forward towards the top of your mat. Then towards the right side of your mat. Toes up towards the ceiling. Nice big flex there. And then pinky toe down. Take those toes around the world, really pointing at the top of the mat. And then starting to flex once more towards the right hand side. Toes back up towards the sky. And then rebend into that front knee. Heel toe your foot out so that your left foot comes further left and that you can bring your hands inside of that left foot. Really planting through the palms, lifting through the heart here, lizard pose. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you'd like more, come down to one forearm at a time. If you'd like even more than that, start to press this inner left thigh away, coming onto the outside edge of your left foot. Gazing back, bending the back knee. That left hand grabs for the left ankle or foot. Lift through the collarbone so that your sternum is facing the ceiling. And then as you exhale, draw that right foot in towards the right glute. Two more breaths right here. Deep inhale through the nose, fill all the way up, ribs expand. And you're softening that space of dis-ease, whether it's in your mind or in your body, on the exhales. And without a snap, gently release that back leg. If you have it, let it go. You're going to heel toe your foot back into center space. You're going to engage the back leg and find that wide leg pyramid pose. So you're high up onto the ball mound of the back foot. Heel is high. Lift through the sternum, inhale. Still tenting through the fingers. Maybe your hands come to those blocks for support. Exhale, release your head down to meet your front shin. So I always like to have blocks for these long pyramids. Just feel more supported, more stable. And again, I'm pressing into the space in between my big toe and my second toe so that there's a gentle little bend to that front knee, protecting the knee joint, not locking it out completely. Find that squeeze of the inner thighs here to draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Take 3 rounds of breath right here. Each inhale lengthening you through your crown of your head. And each exhale melting you a little bit further towards that front leg. Really commit to the breath. Notice it. What does it sound like? And gently put a deeper bend into that front leg so you can move your blocks or your hooks. Even deeper, plant the palms down. And then send the left leg high, 3-legged dog. Inhale. And exhale, release that foot down to your mat. On an inhale, lift your gaze in between your thumbs at the top of your mat. And on your exhale, take a deep bend to the knees and tiptoe your way all the way up, bringing your feet directly behind your wrist. Find a ragdoll uttanasana pose. So you'll grab opposite elbows, you can keep your fingertips on the mat. Your head will go heavy and weighted down towards the earth. Feet stay about hip-width distance apart. Or maybe you'd like it even wider today. Find something that feels good in your body here. Any organic movement that feels good, maybe a gentle pendulum swing side to side. And really focus on letting your spine hang off of your hips, really heavy, and then your cranium, your skull, hang off of your shoulders. Nod your head, yes. Shake it, no. Really get loose in the neck here. Heel toe your feet to hip width distance apart. And you're going to take the whole of your hands, if it's accessible to you, bend the knees, lift your toes, and then tuck your hands underneath your feet for gorilla pose. So toes are kissing wrists. If this isn't accessible, no worries. Grab your peace sign fingers around your big toes like hooks. On an inhale, you're going to lift through the crown of your head, get straight through your spine here. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, draw your torso in closer towards the tops of your thighs. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift, like a halfway lift. You're lifting through the crown of your head. And then exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides of the room as you forward fold. You can always bend the knees if that makes it more accessible to you. You're just looking for that sensation in the hamstrings here. Gently lift your toes so that you can bring your hands out from underneath your feet. Heel toe your feet together, take a gentle bend to the knees, and then roll one vertebra at a time, all the way up to standing. Once you get there, you'll inhale your hands high overhead. Find that clasp of the hands once more. Release your pointer fingers and draw them up towards the ceiling. We're going to find some crescent bends here. So you'll take your pointer fingers to one side and then the other, and then just rock back and forth for a little bit here. Find center space, inhale for length, and then as you exhale, tip over towards the right side of the room, really pressing into the outside edge of that left foot. That right hand really pulling the left arm straight. Very nice, good. Find a little bit more depth. two, you'll bring that right hand down, and then you'll start to float the left leg up. Finding a balance. Really getting strong in the core. Very nice, y'all. Beautiful. Take another breath here. Gorgeous work. Come back through center space. That was awesome. Switch the grip on your pointer fingers, on your thumbs. Take a deep inhale, lengthen through center space. And then exhale, tip over towards the left this time. Squaring through the hips and shoulders, pressing into the outside edge of the right foot this time. Maybe gazing up to keep the neck long here. Stay here if you did so on the other side. Release that left hand down. Start to bring the weight into the left foot and float the right foot up. Yes, beautiful. Create a long line on that right side body. Very nice. Press into the standing foot. Come back to center space. Inhale for length. And we're going to find a back bend here. So you can heel toe your feet out to hip width distance, or maybe even almost mat width distance. You'll keep your arms high overhead, or you'll bring them to a cactus, or you'll support your low back, fingertips facing down like you're sliding them into jean pockets. On an inhale, lift through your heart, sternum reaches for the sky, elbows drawing in towards one another behind you. As you exhale, press your hips and thighs forward, start to walk your gaze back slowly across your ceiling towards the wall behind you. Remember to keep lifting up through your heart space, drawing your ribs up and away from your hips, drawing your hips forward and your thighs forward. One more breath here. And then inhale, rise back up. Heel toe your feet together so that your big toes come to touch. And then heels are slightly apart. We're going to take 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A here, sun salutations. So as you inhale, hands come high. Reach them tall. Really root down through your feet and reach up through your fingertips here. Your quads are engaging. They're lighting up. You're lifting through your kneecaps. Inhale. As you exhale, palms come together. We're going to forward fold by hinging at the hips and keeping a flat back all the way down. Again, remember those straight lines. How many of them can you keep out throughout your flow? From here, we're going to take a halfway lift. Palms comes to shins. Crown reaching forward, flat back. Drawing the shoulders back and down towards your tailbone. Keeping the weight moving forward into the ball mounds of the feet. Deep inhale. Exhale as you melt down and fold. Plant your palms underneath your shoulder heads and step your feet back to a plank pose. You can always bring your knees down if that feels better. From this plank pose, we're pressing the mat away. We're rounding through the shoulders, drawing the navel up and in. Inhale, shift your body weight forward to your toes. As you exhale, slowly lower through your chaturanga arms. Elbows are in close to your body. Inhale, press into your mat, lift the heart high, flip the toes so you can press into the tops of the feet, lifting the thighs and drawing the hip points towards the wrists. On the exhale, you'll flip the feet again and use your core to draw your hips high into that downward facing dog. Take 3 rounds of breath right here. Really paying attention to slowing the breath down, to making it longer and smoother as you flow through. Deep inhale, lift your gaze in between your thumbs, come up onto the tips of your toes. Exhale, bend the knees and slowly walk your way up to the top of your mat. Big toes come to touch, heels are slightly apart. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins, reach forward. Exhale, melt and fold. Waterfall over your legs here. Let your crown hang heavy towards your toes. Gentle bend to the knees. Press into your feet. Let it rise you all the way up. Inhale, mountain pose. Gazing up, reaching tall. Hands come together and then down to your heart space or to your sides for Samasthiti. We'll take 2 more rounds of exactly that. Inhale, hands high, mountain pose. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms underneath your shoulders, step your feet to the back of your mat, and slowly lower. Chaturanga arms, 90-degree angles with the elbows. Press into your palms, lift the heart, flip the feet, press into the feet, up dog. Squeeze your obliques together, inhale, rise back up, downward facing dog. 2 rounds of breath right here. Deep inhale through the nose, fill all the way up. This time let it go out your mouth. Exhale. One more. Deep inhale through the nose. inhale, draw your gaze forward up to the top of your mat. Come up onto the balls of your feet, bend the knees. As you exhale, step your way forward. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins, flat back. Create those lines. Exhale, mountain fold. Root down to rise up. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hands through your heart or to your side, Samasthiti. This last round's a little bit faster. Here we go. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back and flow through. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lift the heart, press into your mat. Inhale, up dog. Use your core, press back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Deep exhale out the mouth. Inhale, lift your gaze in between your palms. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Maybe it's a hop or a float this time. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, mountain fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to your heart or to your side, Samasthiti. Take a deep bend in your knees so that your fingertips can touch the ground. Keep that exact bend in your knees and then just lift your torso up. Chair pose, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Nice, beautiful. Really focusing on drawing those low ribs in, the obliques in. Drawing your shoulders down and away from your ears. If you like, you can bring the hands forward, reaching forward. Sink a little bit deeper in your chair. Take a deep inhale, lift the fingertips high. As you exhale, sweep the right fingertips back, gaze back, finding a twist here. Draw the left knee back in space so that you're squaring through your hips, and then redraw your belly in towards your spine. Really find the spinal twist here. Inhale, straight up, center space. Exhale, left fingertips back to your twist. Drawing the right knee back, the right hip back to be in line. Inhale back into center space. This time, lift your heels. Sink a little bit deeper, starting from the tops of your thighs. You're lowering the tops of your thighs down. You got this. Sink a little bit deeper. Find the breath. Hug the belly in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Heels down. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands through your heart or to your side. Samasthiti. We're going to take eagle pose. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale, right arm comes under left. Forearms wrap and hands come to touch. Sit back, find your chair. And slowly with intention, bring that right leg up and over the left bent knee. Good. You can find a kickstand, a bind, or a double wrap if that's part of your practice. Come into alignment here. Hands, elbows, knees, and feet all in one line. Sink a little bit deeper. You're getting a nice lymphatic flush here, great for your immunity. Want even more of a lymphatic flush, you're going to bring your elbows in close to your body, get into those armpit lifts. You're going to bring your chin in towards your chest. And find the breath here. For more compression, think about your femur bones, your thigh bones, internally rotating towards one another. Take a deep inhale and sink a little bit deeper. Good. Press into that standing leg and rise up. Inhale. One leg Tadasana. Exhale, send the right foot down to your mat, hands through your heart. Beautiful work. Very nice, Colin. Inhale, hands high. This time, left arm comes under right, forearms wrap, hands come to touch. Sit back, find your chair. Shift the weight over to that right foot, and then bring the left leg up and over. Again, you can kickstand, you can bind, you can double bind. Just make sure that your hands, elbows, knees, and feet are all in alignment. And then you're going to squeeze the joints, getting that lymphatic flush, drawing your elbows in, sinking a little bit deeper in the hips, and then drawing those femur bones, those thigh bones, in towards one another. Maybe your chin in towards your chest. You got this. Hug the belly in. Sink a little bit deeper. And then press into that standing leg, rise all the way up. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, hands through your heart or to your side, Samasthiti. Very nice work. Gonna flow through to our downward facing dog. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back and flow through. Or you can step directly back to your downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths in your downward facing dog. Really drawing the belly back in towards the spine. Oh, those look great, guys. Very nice. From here, inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step that right foot in between your palms. We're setting up for warrior 1 here. So front toes are forward, back toes are swiveled down. Back toes are pointing slightly out. You're gonna draw the hips into alignment here. Press into both feet and inhale, rise up, hands high. So this is a great place to check in with your lines. You've got a 90-degree angle with that front leg. Right knee stacked directly above the right ankle. Squaring through the hips and shoulders so that my shoulders are stacked directly above my hips. And then really engaging the back leg, like you're zipping up through the inner thigh. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, open up and find warrior 2. Adjust your stance as needed in your body. Maybe it widens, you come into a heel to inner arch alignment, and deepen the front knee bend. Draw your shoulders down and away from your ears. Lengthen through your fingertips here. Inhale, reach forward as far as you can with that right hand. And as you exhale, tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12, finding a bent knee triangle here. Again, thinking about those shapes you're creating with your body, you're creating a little triangle right here. Pressing that inner right thigh, inner right calf away with the right hand. Press into both feet as you inhale, rise through center space. And then as you exhale, exalt your warrior. Right hand comes high. This left hand can come to that back thigh or down to the calf to take it even further. Maybe you even bind that left hand around the back. Take a deep inhale here. Really reach through those top fingertips. And then exhale, windmill your arms all the way down to your mat. Plant your palms underneath your shoulder heads and flow through. Level 2, Ekapada Chaturanga. You'll keep that leg lifted as you shift forward and flow through. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step it in between your palms. Swivel the back foot down, finding warrior 1 legs. Front toes facing forward, back toes slightly out. Press into both feet, rise up, inhale. And then establish and create, draw those lines with your body. So that front leg, we've got that 90-degree angle. Left knee stacked directly above the left ankle. And really drawing the hips square so that they're directly underneath your shoulders. Zip up through the inner thigh of the back leg. You'll feel the quad light up and engage. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, open up, warrior 2. Let your shoulders melt down and away from your ears. Reach long through your fingertips. And sink a little bit deeper into that front leg. Check in with that front knee and make sure that it's lined up with those middle 3 front toes. If you can't see your big toe, maybe that left knee needs to move to the left just a little bit. There's a slight external rotation of that front thigh. Inhale, reach forward as far as you can. And then exhale, arms to 6 and 12, bent knee triangle. So you're lining it up to where your left elbow is pressing into that left knee, or lined up with it at least. The left forearm pressing into the left calf. Press into both feet, rise up, inhale. Warrior 2. exhale, exalt your warrior, left hand high. Again, that right hand can come to that right thigh, maybe the right calf, if you can reach that, or find a bind behind your back, grabbing for the inner left hip crease. Take a deeper bend into the front knee. Really lift through the left ribs, inhale. Exhale, windmill your arms down to your mat. Plant them underneath your shoulders and flow through. One leg chaturanga on the left if you did so on the right. And then pick the hips up, come back to downward facing dog. We're going to take all of that again, but adding on this time. And I invite you, if you are looking for more of a challenge in your practice today, to lift the front heel in your warriors. That's always going to up the ante in any of your poses, to lift your heels whenever you find a possibility for it. So let's take it through. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step that foot in between your palms. Swivel the back foot down. Press into both feet first and then rise up. Inhale, warrior one. As you inhale, lift the front heel if you're looking for that challenge. As you exhale, get deeper in the front leg bend. 2 more breaths just like this. Inhale. Exhale, deeper front knee bend. Inhale, lift through the fingertips. Exhale, deeper front knee bend. Let the heel come down and open up, find warrior 2. Once you settle in, you can inhale, lift that front heel high once more. It's going to widen your stance even further. Take another inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, deepen the front knee bend. Release the heel down, this time straighten through the legs. Maybe you want to walk that back heel in, that back foot in a little bit, and then you'll reach forward and tuck your arms into a straight leg triangle, gazing up. If you're looking for more core engagement today, you're going to float this bottom right hand up so that you're creating an L with your arms. You're really going to engage with the core to hold that. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up to center space. Exhale, exalt your triangle. Now we're focusing on creating a really long line here, those front right toe tips to the top right fingertips. Drawing the right ribs up and away from that right hip, drawing the right hip down towards the toes. Take a deep inhale here, connect with the breath. And then exhale, stand up into center space, hands to your hips. You're going to take your toes and point them inwards, heels slightly out. So you've still got that wide stance here. We're going to find Prasarita Pada Konasana, our wide leg fold. Take a deep inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, reach the heart forward and fold all the way down. Nice, beautiful alignment. Once you reach the mat, your hands can come down. Walk them forward to find a wide leg downward facing dog here. Remember to keep those toes pointing inwards, heels pointing out. Take a deep inhale through your nose, lift through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, really let your heart melt down towards your mat, bending the elbows as much as you can. Inhale, straighten through the elbows, lift the crown of your head. Keep the hands shoulder width distance apart. As you exhale, bend the elbows, melt the heart down and fold. Walk your hands back in towards center space. You can either stay here in your downward fold or you can take a twist. Left palm planting underneath your nose. Inhale, sweep the right fingertips high, shoulders stacked, gazing up. And then as you exhale, you'll take that bind behind your back, left hand to right ankle as you let your head go heavy. If you're a level 2, you're going to find a headstand here. This is where that opportunity lies. So you're here in this neutral position. You're going to plant your hands down, and then as though the top of your head is the top of a triangle for your hands, you're going to plant your head down. And then if you're just a little bit newer towards headstand, maybe don't try this today, but if you're experienced in it, I'd like you to try bringing one knee to one elbow at a time. And then touching the toes together. Really getting strong in the core here. And then from there, maybe bringing the knees together, Little baby engagement, one motion at a time, slowly lifting the toes towards the sky. And then you can feel those hips come into alignment over the shoulders. If you took your twist, switch out the arms. Plant your right hand down, lift the left one up, and then take that bind baby right hand to the left ankle. If you're taking your headstand, slowly come back down. Your elbows keep squeezing in towards one another. And then you'll place one foot down at a time, and then press your way up. Find that fold once more. And then everybody, come back to a neutral space. Palms planted out underneath your shoulders. Inhale, take a halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Bring one hand to one hip at a time. Engage the low belly. Come up to a halfway lift here. You've got a gentle bend to the knees so that you're not locking out your knees here. Really engage the low belly. If you're looking for that challenge, reach the arms forward and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lead with the back of the heart. Inhale, rise all the way up. Good. Quarter turn your body to face the front right toes. And we're just going to find a pyramid here, but this is a short leg pyramid. So you're walking those left feet in a little bit, shortening your stance, squaring through the hips here. And then you take your hands high overhead, inhale. And then keep reaching your weight of your torso, your fingertips forward as you fold. So you've been here before, but now is your opportunity to take a twist in this shorter stance. It allows that twist to happen. So I like to have a block on the outside of my right foot. I bring my left hand on top of my foot or to that block. And then I press my right fingertips high, finding that spinal twist, drawing the right hip back in space. I'm taking 3 breaths right here. And then gently releasing that right hand down, moving my block out of the way. Bringing my fingertips to a tent, engaging the low belly, scoop the mat, inhale, rise all the way up. Finding a warrior 3 from here, I'm going to bring my hands to my heart space, and I'm going to take a double lunge. So both knees bend, and I take off with the back foot. Coming onto the right leg, teetering into a capital T shape with the body, really flexing through the back foot, lifting through the left glute. Finding that balance. Maybe flying your arms back for Dekasana, airplane pose, point the back toe, lift the back leg, lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, 2 hands to the mat, standing split. Left leg is high, either pointing through the left toes, or you can flex the foot. You can open the left hip, or you can close it. Just start to become aware of what your body is doing. If you'd like a balance challenge, bring one hand to that standing ankle at a time. Find a drishti, a focal point, something not moving, to rest your gaze on. You've got 2 breaths here to play. Maybe you find some movement, maybe some Shiva squats, anchoring that left knee behind the right knee, and then bringing it back up, and then squatting down, and bringing it back up, and then letting the left toes float back down towards the mat to meet the right. And we're just going to reset the spine here. So come up high into the ball mounds of your feet, bend the knees so that your hips come down into your heels, and then just kind of get into a little tight ball. If you'd like, you can squeeze your shins, and then release your fingertips down to your mat. Hips come high, heels come down, finding that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and flow through or step directly back to your downward facing dog. We've just got one more side and then our cool down. All right, from this downward facing dog, inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step it in between your palms. Swivel the back foot down, finding warrior 1 legs. Inhale, rise up. Remember, we're finding that heel lift here if you so choose. So on your next inhale, lift the heel. Next exhale, sink a little bit deeper into that front leg. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, sink. Maybe widen the stance a little bit here. Stay here, or inhale, lift the front heel. Go a little bit deeper into that front leg. Take another inhale to reach through the fingertips, and exhale, bend deeper into the front leg. Slowly release the heel down, straighten the front leg, bring the back foot in a little bit closer. Inhale, reach forward as far as you can. Exhale, tuck your arms into that straight leg triangle. Really reaching up through the right ribs towards the ceiling, squeezing the inner thighs. Inhale, rise into center space. Exhale, exalt your triangle. Inhale, rise up into center. And this time, toes are out, heels are in, squatting down deep for horse pose. And we're just going to take 3 lion's breath here, that's it. So on your lion's breath, you'll inhale and straighten through the legs, lift your hands as high as they can go. And then you're going to feel a little bit silly as you cactus your arms, breathe out your mouth, extend your tongue and cross your eyes. So we're going to take 3 rounds of that. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let something go. No one can see you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let something go. Last time, inhale, lift. All that tension, all that anxiety, let it go. Beautiful. Come back up, and then turn towards the left toes to find that pyramid pose. Hands to your hips, lift through the crown of your head. Inhale, fingertips high. And then exhale, keep reaching everything forward as straight as an arrow as you hinge from the hips and fold. Here's your opportunity for that twist. Bringing your block or your book to the outside of the left foot. Bringing your right hand on top of the left block. You're going to draw your left hip back in space to be even with the right, and then float those left fingertips towards the sky. Again, you're drawing another line. Up this right arm, across your collarbones, up to the sky. Maybe a gentle press into the front toes and the back heel for stability, as well as a gentle bend into that front knee joint. And gently bring the left hand back down. Scoop the mat as you inhale, rise all the way up. And taking warrior 3 from here, hands come to your heart, find that double lunge. 2 knees bend, take off with the back leg, come onto the front foot, find your warrior 3. Teeter into that capital T shape with your body. If you lose your balance today, no worries. We fall out so we can learn how to get back in. Maybe you fly your arms back, point the back toe, lift the back leg, Bekasana, airplane, lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, 2 hands to the mat, standing split, right leg high. Play around here for 5 breaths. Do what you did on the other side. Maybe it was that balance challenge. 1 hand to the standing ankle at a time. Maybe those Shiva squats, chambering the right knee behind the left, and then inhaling, coming back up straight. One more breath here. Really reach through the top leg. And then exhale, release it down to meet the left. We're going to take that bend. Coming up onto the toes, bend the knees so that your hips come down into your heels. Reset the spine here. Really squeeze the shins in towards your chest. Resetting the hip joints. Plant your fingertips down. Hips come high, heels come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to flow through. And maybe in a child's pose. Knees wide. Hips back towards your heels. Resting your third eye space down on your mat, just like we found at the beginning of class. Feel free to take some water here. Take a breather. And then we'll get into our cool down. So we're just going to take a gentle pranayama when you're ready, a breath exercise. You'll come up onto your knees, tuck your toes underneath. We're gonna get a plantar fascial stretch. So let your hips come back towards your heels and gently come up. Maybe pull your pinky toes out so that you're resting back and those heels are really getting a stretch on the bottom of your feet. Your webbed connective tissue down there really needs a stretch. Bring your hands to your heart space and close your eyes. So what I really needed lately is a relaxing breath, an anti-anxiety breath. And for that, the only thing we need to do is, first of all, focus on the breath, and then extend the exhales. It also helps to hold the breath at the top. So that's what we're going to play with today. We're going to take our inhales for 5, hold for 6, exhale for 7, then 6, 7, 8, and then finally 8, 9, 10. So let everything go out of your mouth. Exhale. Seal your lips and start to inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll skip that last round because it's a little bit intense to do that 10 count exhale. Release your feet and give them a nice pat out. And then you're going to come down onto your right hip, swing your legs around. We're going to find Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So legs are long, toes are reaching for the sky. You're flexing through both feet so much that your heels lift up and off of your mat. On an inhale, fingertips come high. Exhale, lift your ribs away from your hips as they start to make their way forward and down, and you fold towards your legs. You can bend the legs here if that feels good, or if you're super flexy today, you can take that book, you can take that block, and place it on the bottoms of your feet, and then grab your block instead. Wherever you're at today is absolutely perfect. It's exactly where you should be. So deep inhale, lift through the heart, sternum towards your toes. Exhale, melt and fold. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift, reach your heart towards your toes. Exhale, melt and fold. Last one, lift and reach, inhale. Exhale, melt and fold. And I noticed that I have an external rotation of my inner arches here, so I just like to pull the outsides of my feet so that my feet become neutral in this Paschimottanasana. And just let everything get silent for a few moments, focusing only on your breath. And gently rise back up. Scoot your hips forward, bend the knees, reach your fingertips forward, and then one vertebra at a time, make your way all the way down onto your mat as slow as you can go. Bring both knees into your chest, do the gentle sway side to side. And then find a happy baby pose, bending the knees, grabbing the outsides of your feet or your big toes with your peace sign fingers, and find a gentle rock side to side. Let your left leg go long towards your mat, coming all the way down onto it. Find a wind removing pose. You're clasping all 10 fingers and wrapping them around that right shin. Hug the right knee out and up towards your right shoulder. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, compress that right knee in, squeezing your ascending colon, aiding in your digestion. Also directly connected to our immunity, flushing all those toxins out of our body. Bring your right knee up and over towards the left side of your mat. Maybe you need to scoot that left hip up and under a little bit. And then you're going to gaze away from that right bent leg. You're finding a supine twist here. Palm is up towards the sky, ready to receive. And drawing the right shoulder down into your mat. If you'd like to give yourself a spinal twist assist here, you'll take your left palm and start at your right hip. And then you're going to draw with weight in your palm down the length of your leg, tracing that quad to the knee, and then drawing the knee down further towards the earth, reapplying, recommitting that right shoulder to the mat. And gently come back into center space. Find your happy baby once more. Grab the outsides of your feet, gentle sway side to side. And now let the right leg go long. Find your wind removing pose, clasp all 10 fingers around the left shin, hug the left knee out and up towards the left shoulder. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, compress the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Getting into that descending colon, really helping with eliminating toxins from our body. Think about drawing that right hip down into your mat so you feel that stretch along the right side body. And then bring the left knee across for supine twist. Left arm long towards your side, gazing away from that bent knee leg, maybe scooting the right hip underneath the left a little bit further, and then locking that left shoulder down to your mat. For that self-assist, take your palm, start at the hip, and start to make your way down the outside of your thigh, towards the knee, bringing weight into that palm. And then recommitting the left shoulder down. Come back into center space, hug your knees into your chest. Grab the bottoms of your feet, bring your eyeballs up to your knees, squeeze, 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 tight little ball here. Really engage, tight, tight, tight. And then release it all. Shavasana. Feet as wider than the mat, hands away from your sides. Release all effort in your breath, your body, your mind, and really just melt into your mat, melt into your floor. This is the most important part of your yoga practice. This seals in all the hard work you just did. Allowing yourself this time of silence, of space, is so essential to creating balance in your day. Start to deepen your breath in through your nose. Really pull the energy into your body from the room, the space surrounding you. And sigh it out, H-A. Bend the knees, bring them in towards your chest. And let your knees fall over to the right side. Plant your top hand down and gently press your way up. Keeping your eyes closed, chin in towards your chest. And then find yourself in an easy seat. Knees bent, one foot in front of one shin, hands at your heart space, eyes closed. Finding a moment of gratitude for yourself, for taking this hour, for your body, for your breath, for your mind. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste, guys.